Hi everyone. Welcome to another one of my sharings. As I said before, I am speaking both to myself and to you, crossing boundaries of time and space and finding connection and making each other feel less alone on this planet. Again, I have many things I want to share with you, but I would like to start with just checking in. How are you feeling today? Is everything feeling comfortable? Are there any tensions in your body, in your being? The frogs want to chirp in a bit and sing their song as well. They're saying, I'm struggling. Give me some coolness. I'm way too hot with this weather. These cosmic storms. And now they're purring like a cat, basically. Comfortable. Feeling their needs are addressed. And I hope the same goes for you, and that you can share and express your woes and your struggling, just like the frogs here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I went quite a bit deep or dark last time because I was also in an environment which probably is very common to most of you, that is very heavy and loaded with lots of tensions and energies. So I would like to lighten up a bit. But I feel like it was necessary for me to reach out from that space, because that's just reality most of us are confronted with and we need to deal with, and we cannot always escape or change our environment with our jobs, with our lives, with our families, or anything related. Yeah, it's been incredibly hot here. It's absolutely crazy. I haven't been able to go outside at all today because just the sun has been driving me to absolute exhaustion, and I've just been resting and recovering a lot, and such a big release of the tensions of these past weeks. But when you're watching this, you're probably still in the midst of it and are waiting like, when is it gonna end? When is this huge wave, or when is it dissolving? When is it gonna leave me alone? And to that I say, relax, rest, let it be, accept the high. And for some of you, this might be very difficult, but it might also be more accustomed, because yeah, I have to kind of feel into that a bit more, because the busyness of life is omnipresent, but we all have a different way of dealing with it. Some of us go really well with the flow of movement, of energy, and some of us easily get pushed to the side or pushed under, repressed feeling. And that's a very rough way of interacting with the world, but I feel like it is very common for a lot of people, and a lot of you as well, but not for everyone. Yeah, but still, it is a big challenge to find our way back to peace and to connection with each other, and to find our path to our highest timelines and our highest version of ourselves, living it and embodying it. This might seem like a completely mystical, invisible journey without any real physical proof or manifestation. No clue of where am I on my path, or to where I want to go. And how do I get there, and will I ever get there? Will I ever get to a place where I feel good in myself and I am okay with where I am, and I feel okay with related to where I want to be and what I want to bring with the world to the world. And for most of you, that's probably still a very vague image of I want to do something, but I do not know what it is. That maybe you already have this very specific image. I mean, I had a very long time where I had absolutely no clue what I wanted to do, but out of nothing, almost, of course not out of nothing, but a very unexpected shift and happens, and suddenly you get some clues and insights, but most of all it's something you've always already known but not actually known or have had words or visions for. So the knowledge is there, just not the access to it, the link, the missing links, or you can say the neural pathways haven't been laid, or the heart-brain coherence hasn't been set in stone yet, and it's still very fluid and up in the air and has to align and has to find its time and place to settle into place for you. And that depends on a lot of factors. And there I go again, fly off into the big picture thinking, while what everyone wants is just to stay small and make small steps. But for me, it really helps to work out a bit further into the future, the potentials of where I am and where I can be and what things will look like. I feel very unsettled when I do not have a big picture of where I'm going and how my current situation relates to that. But yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about finding peace in the moment and discovering yourself, not throughout your mind, not throughout your thinking, but through finding a sense of peace and an inner balance. And that inner balance might take a lot of physical changes to reach, sometimes maybe only mental or spiritual changes, but this is a very divinely orchestrated process that can happen instantly, but it shifts over time. It spirals into place. And overall, if you found this video, you probably have already found some ways into your desired way of living. But there might still be a bit of frustration. You might feel a bit pressured or urged to move a certain direction other people expect from you, or do a certain thing, like have a certain career or follow a certain study. Or yeah, most of you are probably very, very young. I'm also not that old, but I feel like a lot of you are even younger than I am and still very new on this path. I feel a slight call to also post some things on TikTok, but because of this, but I will let that settle and find its way later. Yeah, I feel a strong call to go to TikTok, because a lot of you are on there, but I personally do not use TikTok at all, so that's a very crazy difference, but we'll see what happens. So for those of you tuning in from TikTok, welcome. This is my channel. I have YouTube too, where I give a short introduction to myself and voice cracks. Excitement. Yeah, I am Jasper. I haven't introduced myself in words yet, so I'll do that a bit now. I've been on a spiritual journey for quite some years, on an ascension journey, artificial, digital, physical, ethereal. Many different layers have been accessed and have been going in a great spiral. I don't want to use the same word twice, but have been growing into a great flow of change and development and evolution. And this has been a very disruptive and isolating and estranging from the common world process. And the reason I'm sharing this now is because I feel I have found a space of involvement with you all, and or most of you, and I can share some more. So I'm still very much letting Source bring whatever it wants to say through me to you, but I have no clue what it's going to be. So I'm just as surprised as you are. But yeah, an introduction is in its place because life is just messy and changing and digital and confusing, and there's a lot of, there's some things I want to say about that, about these technological innovations and these, I don't want to call them false programs, but these deceptive programs. But there's a lot of material on that you can find online already, so I think I just want to offer my 2 cents and my background and my connection, because I've been very fortunate to live in deep harmony and deep connection with the physical nature itself, and I feel like that has been a great source of connection to my true self and divination. I'm gonna go a bit in the shade because the sun is shining. But yeah, I'll save that for another video. I think I will just keep this as an introduction and let it stay that way for now. It's way too hot to go in depth on many topics right now, so I'll just leave you with a message of peace and fulfillment from within, not from me, but from within you. I hope you can find and reconnect to this cosmic birthplace of where you've been connected and almost severed from, but maybe you felt the connection still. Anyway, I hope you can anchor into that frequency a bit more. I wish you lots of love and kindness, and the sun is so bright. The birds the critters are chirping so loudly. I guess I'll just let them speak for a bit, and yeah, I guess see you around, and enjoy the channel, enjoy the channelings. Bye.